Hey, third grade, and happy Friday! Woo! Today is week 4, day 5. So it's a Friday. You should have done your freckle fact practice today 2 times. And your materials today, we are going to do a Scooty-Doo real fast review, and then you're going to do a Quizizz after this. But before that, we are going to do your word problems. So again, something to write with, and right on. All right, so let's go. Word problem of the day, we're going to rip it apart, move into. We're going to R, read, I, identify the important information, P, plan how to solve it, P, draw a picture, E, execute your plan, solve it, and D, does it make sense? I don't know, let's see. Looking at our word problem, we're going to get our little saying up top, R, I, P, P, E, D, ripped. Now here we go. It says, Sal has a box of treats for his dog. There are 36 treats inside. If Sal gives 3 treats to his dog each day, how many days will Sal be able to give his dog 3 treats? All right, so we read it. I, identify the important information. So let's see. Sal has a box of treats for his dog. Nice. Not important. Sometimes they add extra stuff in there that you really don't need. There are 36 treats inside. That's important. 36 treats inside. If Sal gives 3 treats to his dog each day, how many days will Sal be able to give his dog 3 treats? So if Sal gives his dog 3 treats each day. So 3 treats each day. And our question is, how many days can he do this? How many days can Sal maintain? How many days can he give his dog 3 treats? That's interesting. Let's see. So I've read my problem. Let's see. Plan. What kind of plan am I going to do for this one? This sounds to me like I am kind of dealing out cards. If you've ever played cards, there's a couple ways that you can deal out cards. You can deal out cards that you deal each person a card and then each person a card, and you would go and then see how many cards each person has. Or I could go 3 cards to you, 3 cards to you, 3 cards to you, and then see how many people can play. So this one kind of goes more on the how many people can play, because I know that each person is only getting 3 cards. So let's see. So my dog is only getting 3 treats a day. So we could skip count by 3 to get to 36. We could do that. We could draw an array. We haven't done an array in a long time. I think let's jump back to an array, because those are kind of the basic ways of doing multiplication and division. So let's check it out. So our plan is an array today. And now let's execute. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to do, we know that each day he gets 3 treats. So I'm going to go right here under my head, hopefully. 1, 2, 3. He gets 3 treats that day. Oh, here's another day. 1, 2, 3. Now, as I'm going, I'm going to be counting these, and I'm going to count up to 36 and stop at 36. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Now I got to 36. Whew. How many rows or how many days does Sal give his dog treats? So I've got 1 row. Oops, get my pen back on here. I've got 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, 5 rows, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we executed. Now we're going to look at, does it make sense? So the opposite of division is multiplication. So let's multiply this and see if this works. So let's see. So 36 divided by 3 is 12. So let's do 12 times 3 and see if that works out. So I'm going to do 12 times 3. And I can do this. I can set it up this way, or I can do it in an expanded form. Let's keep it together today. You guys have been doing this for a while. So ready? 3 times 2 is 6. Then across 3 times 1 is 3. 36. Does it check? It sure does. Does it make sense? So if I have 36 treats and I give them 3 each day, my number should be smaller. It makes sense. We are good. All right, folks, you ready? Here we go. We are going to go into our quick review, and then we're going to go into some quizzes. So hold on. We started out the very beginning of last week looking at tally charts. We know that this is called a tally chart. It has the hash lines. It has the little bundles of 5. When we do tallies, you would draw them 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 would be my bundle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 would be my bundle. Does it matter which way you bundle? No. A lot of people bundle based on which way they draw or which handed they are. So that's not a big deal. So bundle them up as a 5. Now, taking our tallies and going to number form creates a frequency table. Frequency table is the same thing as a tally chart, except for it uses numbers. And a lot of times it's easier to read when I'm taking that information and turning it into a graph. First graphs that we looked, we're looking at our tally, again. This is the same thing. We're comparing our tallies over to our frequency. And you can see they used the survey results. We used our survey results, and we could turn them into the tallies. And then we could turn that tally into the frequency table. Now we're looking at pictographs. This was the very first thing we talked about, but not what we do in 3rd grade. Pictographs we can use, it doesn't matter what picture. So I might use strawberries for strawberries and blueberries for blueberries. So in a pictograph, it uses different pictures to represent data. And as you can see with my toppings, we see all different things. Now a pictograph uses the same symbol, which is the difference. It uses the same symbol to represent the data or the information. So in this, it says, we're going to use the little topping piece there. And what they did is they took that topping and they used it throughout all of them. Even though when you look at the strawberry category and you'd think, well, that's not even pink, but it's okay. Use one symbol. Sometimes the symbols are different colors, so maybe you could have gone strawberry, but the symbol is the same. Now, big piece is you have your key that tells you how much each one is worth. So you have your pictures, and they're all the same. You have your title, which is huge. Then we moved on. And we had to make sure we watched the key, just as I said a couple minutes ago. You need to check the key. Now we move on to bar graphs. Looking at bar graphs, we're using different lengths or heights to show or represent data. So we're taking bars and we're either stretching them longer or we're keeping them shorter. And we're also using a scale. So up the side, you can see this one had a scale of 1. Each line represented 1 vote or 1 person. Now, some of our scales go by 1. Some of them go by much more than 1. Looking at this one, the intervals are of 200 each. Looking at the graph also, we have our labels. We need to make sure that we label the sides so you know specifically. I look at my first interval and it says 200. 200 what? 200 numbers of orders. Along the bottom, I have nice colors, blue, red, green, yellow. But what are those for? It labeled it there for me as t-shirt orders. So you need to make sure that you are labeling your sides. We also saw that a bar graph can be either vertical or horizontal. They can show you the exact same information. The only difference is your intervals in a horizontal graph, the intervals will go along the bottom and they will go horizontally. And in a vertical graph, they will go along the left side and it will go vertically up and down. You can use the same intervals and have them both being 200 each, or you could even change them if you wanted to. Say you had more room going horizontally. Looking at a line plot graph. A line plot graph uses x's above a number line to show how often a value occurs. So if I have 3 plants and 3 of my plants grew to 2 inches, and then I had 4 more plants and those plants grew to only 5 inches, I could put x's above those measurements to show how many plants grew to those measurements. And as you can see here, we've got our line plot graph, and it has the line at the bottom, the numbers of what we are measuring, and then it has x's above each one. So as you can see, this is a real quick shakedown of everything that we've learned today. Now you're going to get onto your Quizizz, which the link is right below in the description, or it's also on your resource page. So all you have to do for the rest of the day today for math is get onto your Quizizz, go show how smart you are, and then have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will see you on Monday with a bit of a surprise. So make sure you come back Monday and check us out. All right. Bye. Have a great weekend.